Hello there, and today got some starting tips for Sengoku Dynasty version 1. Now this game has changed a lot, so you need a whole new video for starting tips on this game now, since there's so much changes going on in this game. So let's get started. I'll try and make this quick as possible and cover the key points that you might want to get at the start of the game. So when you start this game, you have all these zones now. You're not going to want to start building your town right away at the very first place where you got those quest guys to deal with, because in this zone here you can only collect copper. That's not good enough, and collecting tin is not good enough for yourself, and you might want to go ahead and collect copper and tin off of this one right here so you can make some bronze yourself. And bronze can be a passive thing that you get going for yourself. So you get a worker on copper, a worker on tin, and then you just make the bronze yourself, and you don't need a worker to do that for yourself. So you can make all that nice bronze stuff that you're going to need for later on. You're going to be stuck on bronze for a long time. It's going to be a while before you actually go out there and kill all like the bosses and stuff like that to unlock all the iron and stuff like that you need, and all the iron tools that you can use. So that's going to take a while. So you might want to focus on that right away, or just do the mining manually yourself. This is going to be the first choice you have is your first base location. It's going to be here, which I recommend. And if you're going to build in this zone here to get that, the tin for yourself, maybe if it's your first time playing this game, you might want to do that because you will have other bases open up to you later on, and that would be over here. That's why I'm pointing over there. So right over here, you're going to build right here. It's flat. It's near the water, and or over here where the rabbits are. So over here on it's nice and flat and near the water too. Pick and choose what you want. You can just run across there, not a problem. So yeah, just pick and choose where you want your base, what's flatter for yourself and what looks nicer for your base. Or you can do what I did and come over here and get ice and go over here. To unlock this area here, you just got to build a bridge over here. Not too bad. This one over here is the only other ice area that you can get. And this one here is going to take you, you have to build this bridge over here, which is a lot of people to do that. I think it might be 14 people. I don't remember for sure, but it's a big bridge and a lot of people. And this is a small bridge with a lot less people to unlock this. And you don't really need clay. Clay, you need a copper pick to mine it, and you just need maybe 400 for the whole game, and that's about it. So it's not too bad to mine. You make 2 copper picks and go mine some clay, and you're done for the game. And same for the copper and the tin. You make some. You just mine a couple nodes of copper and tin for yourself. Grab up like 400 of each, and that should probably last you until you get to iron. And that's what I did. That's what I did come over here, and I picked on the ice so you can manually build sake for yourself and have that go off passively. All you need to do is have some guys getting rice, farming rice, and then you can just do the rest yourself and just put the things in there. You don't have to craft it. It does it over time, and that's a nice, fast, easy, passive way to get lots of money that way over there. So yeah, pick your base. Over here is flat too, so you can pick it over here where the pigs are. Maybe stop the pigs from spawning and bugging you, because they can walk into my village sometimes and bug me. And it's a little bit flatter over here, and pick and choose what you want. I don't think over here is very good, and too close to the wolves, I guess. And over here you have to do something else. It's too long to get the ice for yourself that you need in the wintertime for all that cool stuff. So that's your choice. You want to come over here and build your base. That's what I would do. I would just come over here probably if I was going to play this game again. I was thinking about making the base over here and doing the bronze thing just to try it out there and see how that works for starting. But I think I would just collect the fast travel points and then run over to here and build my base where these pigs are. Maybe I got a weapon to kill these pigs off and build my base here because it's a little bit flatter and I could do this a little bit better. But I still build over here so I can start getting this done right away to get money so I can use that money to unlock everything that I have right away to do that. And then of course later on you're going to want to build and unlock this zone over here because it has the fruit trees, the paper trees, and the iron basically all in one. So all I need is 2 bases, and now I need just 1 more base to get the iron sand for the last stuff, and then I could just get away with just making 3 bases, and I'll have all the resources I need in this game to make my guys self-sustaining, because you don't need the clay, you don't need the other stuff, you don't need clay or bamboo to make yourself self-sustainable for all your jobs in this game. But yeah, you want money, you want resources, and you want some the best armor in the game. When you run around there and collecting all these fast travel points, they're color coded here, so they're all on the map. They'll show you where they are, I think, on the map. But yeah, come over here to the samurai camp over here and loot the chest over here. So he's hiding there. He's turned the other direction. If you come over here from behind there, you can sneak up there and loot his chest and get the best armor in the game and 4K gold and all that cool stuff that he has in that chest. It's full of a whole bunch of goodies. This is the hardest guy in the game, so yeah, looting his chest is the optimal thing thing to do, and you can do that right at the start of the game. You could do this before you build, but I would recommend picking your base building first, and then building up a couple of logging camps and getting that up and running, so they're actually making some logs for yourself. And just make logs. Don't do anything fancy. Just make logs. You do all the work yourself for the other stuff until you have enough logs for yourself, because logs are the longest thing to get for your, they take the most amount of work, and so they'll take longer, and you want your workers to do that for you. And just debarking them and getting planks and getting firewood off of them is something that you can do yourself and doesn't take too long, but it takes a lot longer to cut down trees to do that yourself. So just go and focus on logs. Steal this stuff over here. Any boss that you see that's far away from the big main group, they'll be easy to steal from, basically. So this guy will be okay to steal from because he's off from his main group. The weaker bosses, you can do that too, but it's not really worthwhile on the trip to go over there and test it out there for those guys. This guy is a pain in the ass to get to. This one's a little bit easier. This guy's really easy to take all his loot off of because he's like way over here on the bridge, and he can just go over there, walk into his house, and take all his cool stuff. And I think he's got 3k gold, and plus his other weapons and stuff that he has. They all have the first 2 pieces of armor for your character, which is going to be the samurai helmet and this thing. They don't give you the boots for some reason. The gloves are gone, so don't worry about that. But yeah, they give you this and a whole bunch of other nice resources for your stuff. So yeah, you definitely want the best armor in the game. Well, at least the 2 set of it, and the 3rd set you're going to craft yourself later on for your boots. But there you have it for your base location and getting money on all that stuff there. Next is fulfilling your dynasty needs, because your character needs. We'll do that character stuff. It's self-explanatory on the character. For the way of the leader, less food for your guys, and then go for the traveler's outpost. So you have fast travels. You can put those anywhere you want. Often you're going to want to put them where the temples are, so you can fast travel to the temples and give to the shrines and get a whole bunch of monk experience. I never even bothered doing that yet for the traveling back and forth, because it takes too much time. Zen garners are useless, don't worry about that. But yeah, productivity is next thing. All right, you get that one there, get productivity, and then everything else is just basically less needs on yourself. And I went with what? I didn't need that one there, so it's 1 point. But less needs for healthcare, obviously less needs for trade, and then you'll get less needs for the other stuff for luxury and spiritual. Yeah, just pick less needs. Craftsman over there, you're going to be doing a lot of cutting of trees down at the start, but maybe not too much. But you're still going to want to put the stamina down. It's really a pain in the ass to drain. And it's the same for construction. You might want to put at least 2 points into that one there. Later on, you get the add more items per hit there, and that really helps out your construction, so you can build as much as you need. That's why I say 2 would cover it. And if you're going to do some mining on your own, you definitely want all the mining talents, even the durability, because you have to put 1 point in durability to get the next points, and that's worthwhile doing that. Warrior, you just pick what you want. I picked, get loot from hunter stuff, obviously, and some bow stuff is stamina, hit points, and then a better parry window for yourself and maximum armor first for the next tier. You'll be able to figure it out. You pick the best one, right? If you're going through the items and you say, oh, this one's indestructible, I get +5 armor for everything, or I can pick this one here. This is only heavy armor and I get 5%. So yeah, you go with this one first, and then since you're using samurai armor, that one will take effect too, right? And I want to tank it out there because I'm laggy as hell in this game. So more armor, the better for that on that regard. But yeah, Way of the Monk is pretty easy to figure out. Put everything into monk experience first, and then you can stick it in the warrior experience, and then you can go on there and take some of the other things that will help you out there, like fast travel doesn't cost anything. You might, if you're going to be dying and don't want to reload, since the reload takes forever, you just can take the respawn penalty of 0 on there if you take 2 points in there. That's simple. The quests are self-explanatory in this game, and then we go over to the needs, and the needs is going to be the tricky point, because not all the meals are created equally. If you want to go there and put a hunter in there and grab some meat versus the fisherman, well, the fisherman guy is going to collect more meat than the hunter is, like 20 more. So my hunter gets like 50 and the fisherman gets like 70, and you cook them up there and it's equal value for food, so obviously put it on a fisherman guy. For heating, well, you don't want to go there and stick all your hard-earned wood that you made and turn it into lumber, do you? And because that takes a lot of time and a lot of work to do that, and then turn it into coal, which takes extra work for that, and then you waste all your coal, which you need for making all your iron and stuff like that. You need that coal for all your different forge needs. So yeah, we don't want to waste time on that. Put it into heating, goes into fish. So fish and oil. So I got 2 guys doing that, and they're producing 3k heating needs right off the bat with just 2 guys working. So yeah, they're just catching fish and turning it into oil. Heating needs are easily covered that way. And what is slowing down there? Oh, autosave is slowing it down. Oh, and the beverages for yourself, that's easy. You just, bake some wells and do that yourself. And, make some wells and buckets and then do that manually. You don't need workers for that. Maintenance is going to be planks. So just, we have your worker cutting logs and then making planks to cover your maintenance needs. And then later on, you'll have fruit trees and you use the fruit tree planks. The better planks. You have the more, less guys you got to use to actually get your maintenance needs done on there. I was just fooling around with that, so yeah, I got to fix that. But yeah, the healthcare needs, you're stuck with the healthcare needs. You have to build the weakest thing in your little station right there. What's it called? Your little herb station. You can find it over there. Forager's Hut. The new herbal station in there. You're going to have to put on Healing Brew, which is a lot of mushrooms, which means you're going to have to 3 guys just getting mushrooms to make and do with this healing. So be prepared to have a lot of guys spending a lot of time covering your healing needs at the start of the game, because you need 3 guys collecting mushrooms and then another guy doing the healing brews, and that covers that. So yeah, you're going to want a lot of Forager's Hut. You can place 5 in one building without too much of a problem. And make sure you're getting grass, because you always want to get grass for your guys. Now you get 200, and then you can make the hay yourself, but you don't want to go out there and farm grass yourself, so definitely put a guy into that, and then you can worry about the food stuff from the other worker things. But yeah, I had to build 2 Foragers Huts and stick 4 and 5 of these guys in there, and I still used them, right? It's a good place to dump workers later on and get extra resources from other stuff. It's just not as effective as having them actually gather resources like farming, right? So you stick a guy in farming, he'll get a lot more resources, for that. You put a guy in the field, he gets like 50 wasabi. You put a guy in the farmer's field, he gets 300. That type of thing. So yeah, definitely. But it only works for one season for some of the other things on the farming cost right here for your cells. The other water needs for later on is going to be tea. Tea, you can buy the leaves easily, but you get a lot from the workers. I'm just out of my my bags to make it for myself for the beverages. But yeah, the water takes like 4 for the water needs, and tea is like 10. And so yeah, you have a guy cooking up the tea. You just save a lot of. It's very efficient for yourself if you're going to maintain that later on for yourself for your needs. So just remember that for yourself. Security is very easy to worry about. You just put a guy in a guard tower, give him some daggers, and he's good to go. Spirituality, you'll get the temples unlocked and cover that. And of course, at the end there, you'll be able to unlock the monastery. So try and focus on that monastery, because that will cover healing and the other one, so you don't have to worry about the other things that are there. So 2 guys on this monastery, and he's using water. He's making spirituality and healthcare jobs, right? So yeah, he's making like 700 of each, and that covers the health now. I don't need to worry about the other stuff right now. So yeah, that's covered good, and I can just build 1 more of these buildings, easy to build, and it covers lots of those needs. And luxury is pretty much self-explanatory on that part there. There's only 2 things I can really choose from, I believe, for the luxury on there. Is once you have the fruit logs up and running, you can go ahead and make some combs. It's really bad now. The combs don't sell for a lot anymore. You make this guy's making 11 combs right now, and that's giving you like 500 luxury. Or you could just go ahead and come over to the light sources, and you can make some more oil lamps for yourself, and that's going to cover like 2,000 if you want to make oil lamps. So yeah, that makes you have to have a guy getting more sticks and another guy making some more oil for that. But yeah, that'll cover the luxury needs quite easily by using either of those 2 things. So let's get started on some of the other practical things. Like if you want to do the sake thing right here, there's an upgraded sake right here, which is this stuff right here, and that sells for more. Like regular sake sells for it sells for 19 gold per, and this one sells for 23 gold per for this. And you get this as an upgrade later on. But at the start, you can just build this one right here, and it's going to be the same amount. You can double this up there, and all you need is rice. So yeah, to get this up and running, you probably need 2 or 3 guys dedicated to just farming rice on the wet fields. But yeah, you get the cooked rice. You just take it out and put everything in. Everything's automatic, and you start fermenting it, and it'll do 2 of them. Right this year, each one of these things will do 100 sake. So this one does 100, and this one does 100. And with these 2 systems here, I can produce 200 things of sake, or 200 of these ones in here later on for just this one building. And yeah, that's a lot of money, easily done with no workers, for doing it yourself, basically, right? And there's no workers on the wells. You just dump a bucket in there. No workers on these places right here, and you just dump it in there. Yeah, I know it's really laggy, so just don't worry about that. We'll ignore that. It takes a long time to actually get the tanning vats up and running, but the copper system is in the other building building over there. It's the same as this. These are the small ones here that you get steel out of now. These things go really slow, but as soon as you get iron, you're good to go. And I can fit 5 of them in here, so that's not too bad. So I can make 50 steel a go. It takes maybe a day or so to do that passively, but it's a passive thing for the steel. And then you got your passive charcoal kilns out there, and then your farms out there. Now for the farming plots, and you want to do the size, the farming plots I do is a 3x8. So the maximum side length is going to be 8 and a 3 wide on there, because the farming, what these guys do for the farming, they cover a total of like 23 squares. So they'll leave 1 square open. Basically, see, there's the 1 square open, and now that's the optimal field size. You make it bigger, nothing happens. They don't fill it up there. It just takes up more room, and it looks ugly. So yeah, 3x8 to get that field size and the optimal placement. That's all you really need. So another field right here. This guy's doing the wasabi. Do that once a day, basically, or once a season for that, to get those herbs up and running for your jobs. And yeah, that's what all it is. And there's some rice going. So 2 fields of rice, 1 of wasabi and random stuff. And this is supposed to be tea, but I'm just doing videos and stuff like that, so I'll reload my old save. But yeah, that's how you optimize that. And your fishing hut. That's why you want to have this near the water, right? So you can have access to your fishing hut and add all these fishing jobs in there. So I can get more food and more, if I want to. I got lots of room in here, right? And I got 5 huts, and I could reorganize this a little bit better, I think, to get more stuff. And you can possibly fit 2 boats in here too, which is fishing jobs. But yeah, it's just not working. It's just, the game's not perfect. And for some reason, the net right here, let's click on there, the net, it only takes 4 rope to craft it off of here, and in the other hut, it takes 5. So hopefully they fix that, because one job can just use 4 rope, and the other one needs 5 is kind of silly to actually have that up and running like that. Here is the last forge in the game, if you want to see what it looks like. And it's just for making the last metal. So that's what you use the iron sand for. And it just makes 10. 50 of that sand makes 10 steel. For the Tamahagine steel, whatever, off of that. But yeah, you're going to need a lot more of those other things. But you can fit a whole bunch in here, right? Look how much room they give you to fit there. That's all you really need, is just these things in here, right? Since you can build those other buildings outside. So you can really mass produce a whole bunch of that best steel for the Mastercraft tools when you want to, without doing any of the having workers do it for you. Paper is going to be the other thing, which you actually have to have workers for. But yeah, paper is a good thing to have too for this game. But there you go on the different layouts of this stuff. Yeah, this is super leggy. These boxes, they still do work. You can build as much as you want, and you can get some cheap resources out of them. But yeah, that's no fun doing that. It's no fun running around clicking on those things and doing that. And to be able to build those things, what are they? Village structures. I don't know what they are. Basic structures. Hair box, yeah. Some bark, grass, and plank. Yeah, not too much to build them. And you can stick these as much as you want. They're probably maybe legging up type thing too. So yeah, not too bad on that department. Yeah, the only other way to get ice in this game in the wintertime is to have these troughs. And it's 3 waters in the trough, so when it freezes over, it's not great on there. So yeah, you want to get lots of ice in this game for making these other things. That's the only place to get it, right here. Yeah, look at all the ice I got. Damn, I put a whole bunch of extra guys on there. But yeah, if you want to, you can stick this ice thing in there. That's one thing you might not get right away, is how to put the ice in your little shed. I like having a shed to get access to all my stuff on there. And yeah, you still don't have to build. You don't have to build any of these resources anymore. You don't have to build these here sheds anymore. These storage units. You just have to build the general one. But you should build the other ones. You should build at least a food one for storing food. And you have to build the ice one to store ice. I think, obviously, because they'll just go to your basic storage. But the food will last longer in this storage, or at least it's supposed to last longer. And if it goes into your general storage, it will anything that decays fast will decay faster if it's just in your general storage. But everything will just automatically go to your general storage until you actually build those buildings, and then it'll be automatically put into there. So the only thing I have to worry about is decay on the food. I don't know why that. Oh, that's in there. I had to put everything in there. That's why. I just bam, just put everything in there. That's what I did. Come on, what's it doing? It's lagging. Probably day end? Yeah, day end. Getting all the resources. That's what it was. So there you go on that department. So that's pretty much it for the stuff. Yeah, it's pretty hilly here on this side. That's why I said go over to a little bit over there where it's flatter if you're going to build your base here. But yeah, just run around and kill the bosses. Lots of cheap spots to do it. You find a rock, you find a building, and shoot down type of a deal. for killing all these guys and building all these special projects. It's at the end of the day, if it's day 4, right, and at the end of the day 4 you collect your resources, then you have to go through your dynasty, go to your jobs, assign them all to the jobs. Like, sometimes I had like 16 guys in one job. Go over there, assign 16 guys to the job, manually, one at a time, and then when the next season pops up there, you got to put them all back into their job. Do it that way. So yeah, nice fun stuff that you got to do manually for doing that. But yeah, you don't have to lose any work production off of it. You can just do it that way, and you'll be good to go for that. But I think that covers all the basics on there. Yeah, just I already said, just make logs and debug it yourself until you get more guys to double up or triple up on the carpentry stations, and maybe the mining station. I made another mining station in that winter time. I switched over, so I have 4 guys collecting ice. That's why I got so much, and I haven't been paying attention to actually making the sake. But yeah, the choice is up to you. You want sake, or you want your bronze gear right away. Up to you. You can forge your bronze gear yourself without it, but you can't really make sake unless you're here at this base. So yeah, that's why I recommend doing it over here and collecting it versus getting the other stuff. But yeah, it doesn't really matter. You have other bases you can build later on. Level 7, you can build your second base, so you can build one over here at level 7, and your next base you can probably build over here and get some iron somewhere, right? Doesn't really matter. Wherever you feel like it. But yeah, that's it for today. I think I covered all the basics that you need. Just be aware of, it tells you what next you need on your dynasty, so make sure you're stopping before you hit that healthcare one, and make sure you get all your ducks in a row before you actually hit that first healthcare hump, and your guys need healthcare needs, because it's a pain in the ass unless you want to do it manually for yourself. But yeah, that's a lot of guys collecting mushrooms for yourself unless you have some of the other recipes unlocked, which you probably won't have until later. And then by later, I didn't need to make any of the other ones. So yeah, had made that one there, and then straight to the other healthcare monastery building that they added in there. So yeah, there you have it. Thanks for watching, and I will see you later.